the ones, empaths. A snake is going to bite you. A snake is going to deceive you. A snake is going to go behind your back and do all sorts of things. But you see, with the narcissist, there's a way that if you orientate yourself in this fashion, it keeps them at bay from literally walking all over you. It makes them respect you to a certain extent. To be honest with you, narcissists don't even know what respect is, right? But if you incorporate certain morals, certain boundaries, you begin to make the narcissist almost walk upon eggshells around your existence. You see, if you've got very strong morals, strong boundaries, a standard that you believe someone should be functioning at, if they're a person involved in your life, they should be abiding by a certain standard. Now, I'm not being egotistical here. I'm not being self-centered here. I'm trying to say that, for example, if it's a friend, romantic partner, you want them to be orientating themselves in their best way, with conduct, with manners, acting appropriately. And this is the thing. You can get a narcissist that will this is what I said at the beginning of the video. A snake's going to bite. A snake's going to deceive. A snake's going to go behind your back. They may still well do those things. But at least there will be a level of respect on the surface. Right? Because if you have no boundaries, you have no morals, you have no code of conduct that you live by, these narcissists will walk straight through you. And I don't want any of you to be a doormat to the narcissist. Your conduct and your morals will be based upon your own belief system, what you live by. I'm not talking about any organized religion here. You may be from various religions, or you may not even believe in a religion. That's why I said, whatever you believe in, whatever your belief system is, whatever your morals are, whatever your conduct is, if you want this from, let's say, if it's a romantic partner, then you want them to be on the same wavelength as you with your morals, what you live by, right? And you should carry a high standard, okay? Because if we backtrack, right, maybe when you was with the ex-narcissist, you went into it blindly, okay? So this might be a lesson for the future, It might be a lesson for the future on how to conduct yourself in the future around people so they don't take advantage. As I said, a narcissist is a snake. And they are going to bite, and they are going to deceive, and they are going to lie, and they are going to cheat, and they are going to go behind your back. But at least if you can have them on parade when they're around your presence, so they know they can't mess with you to your face. That's how it needs to be, at least. But you're educating yourself now, so hopefully you can, if you're still with them, you can start planning an escape, packing your bags quietly, getting out, things like that. If the person is already out of your life, then this might give you a bit of understanding, and you might actually reflect and think, hold on a minute, I did have my morals and my standards and what I expected to live by, and I was enforcing that. You might be thinking I was actually enforcing that. And I did have them walking on eggshells. And that's why in them few occasions when I did catch them out about something, we got ill-tempered and you got into a rage, you both got into a rage, you might have got into an argument, but you was enforcing your boundaries and your standards that you expected from the person. Now, this is what I'm saying, a narcissist is going to respect you to your face, to what you think you know what's going on, but you don't really know the whole situation. You know, they might be doing all sorts of things, but on the surface level, they'll be respecting you to your eye. Okay? That's how a covert's going to operate. But as I said, a snake is a snake. They always bite you. A snake is a snake. They always deceive you. A snake is a snake. They always go behind your back. That's what a snake is. These are reptilian snakes. They are snakes. That's what they are. And you're never going to get dignified, utmost respect from someone who doesn't even have morals or decency about them in the first place. Everything's a show. Everything's a bravado. Everything's them acting. They're acting in accord. That's what you want them. If this is what I'm saying. This is why if you as a person, maybe this, when I said that instance before, when we backtrack a little bit, if you as a person who had these morals and had these decencies about you and had these boundaries in place and you had a code of conduct that you live by, then the narcissist would have been very edgy around you. And they would have been tiptoeing and walking on eggshells very carefully around your presence. They'd be very, very careful around your presence. And if they're running any game, they'll be running very cunning, sly game. You know, they'll be running very sly operations with whatever they're doing behind your back or whatever like that. And that's what you can take from the situation. However the relationship ended, whatever you caught them out about, whatever you found out, you know, if you can think back to a time to when the narcissist was lying to you, why would the narcissist lie to you? The narcissist lies to you because they're afraid. They're trying to hide. They're cowards. They don't want to tell the truth. They can't tell the truth. They can't live by truth. They're not like you. We've all lied now in our life. I know we have. But these lot are compulsive liars. They lie about the most deranged stuff. Certain stuff that's not even necessary to lie about, these narcissists will lie about. And that's what a snake is. That's how a snake operates. But on the surface level, which is what this video is about, you can get an adequate amount of respect from a narcissist. And the thing is, when all's said and done, say you caught them out about cheating or you caught them out about something, when all's said and done, when they go on with their journey, they always hold you in a high regard because they know you have certain morals and decencies. And the other people that they start surrounding themselves with afterwards, as I said, an empath always inflates the ego of the narcissist. The narcissist begins to think they're better than us. The narcissist makes risky decisions and ends up with dusty supplies. So they make these bad decisions. And this is what I'm saying to you. They're not around then people of decency that have morals, that have boundaries, that have certain conduct and code that they live by. And this is why they'll always remember you in a high regard and more of a respectful regard than what they hold these people that are nearest to them as. You see, having morals and code and conduct is a very important part of life. And I'm not saying you might not have known it, you might have it, but everyone's got it to some extent. Everyone's got it to some extent. But if you become lost in the materialistic, worldly life, then some of these things are less important. You see, if you know, the narcissist was buying you gifts, or they were buying you this and they was buying you that, and you was more focused on that, and they was love bombing you through that way, you know, this is what narcissists do. But if you have your morals about you, your code, what you live by, your boundaries, what your boundaries are, what you expect from another person that you're involved with in a relationship, what you expect from them, and you have this clearly set out, it literally has them tiptoeing around you through the whole relationship, for the whole course of it. This is how coverts operate. You know, we didn't know that they were doing this. We didn't know that they was being sly, that they was biting us, that they was deceiving us. We didn't know that. But you have to understand that they was literally in their best possible effort. That was their respect that they was giving you, by them not barefaced disrespecting you. You know, even the devaluation, it was probably backhanded backhanded remarks, sly remarks, things that catch you off guard. Might not be barefaced, blatant, you know, where you fully understand it. It'll be something that you're thinking like, oh, what does that mean? You don't really take it on board. Little sly things like that. That's how the covert will operate around someone that they respect. They will still devalue, but they'll devalue in a sly way. In a, you know, this is how they literally function. And it's literally having boundaries, values, conduct, respect for yourself, respect for other people, having these morals and stuff makes them literally fashion themselves just like you. You literally think this person is plugged in and they think and believe in the same things you do. You think this person is on the same wavelength as you. You think they have the same morals as you. They literally trick you and deceive you to make you think they actually are doing that. But if you flip it around and deeply analyze what's actually happening here, is you can see that the narcissist is fearful, they're timid, they're afraid, they don't want to show their true colors, they're wearing the mask. This is all feelings of insecurity. They're not sure of themselves, they're not sure of their decisions, they're not proudly wearing these moments grandiosely and presenting them to the world like, oh, I'm doing this and I'm doing that and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. They're not doing that, right? In some cases they do, in some cases they don't. This is what we're focusing on in this video. The way that they hide, the way that they sneak about. You see, they wanted to keep the connection with you going. And this is why sometimes some of you who have been discarded, it become too much for the narcissist to bear. You know, not too high maintenance, but like, it's like we was functioning on too much of a high level for them to comprehend and to be able to reason with and live a daily existence functioning in that way. It took a lot out of them. As much as they was getting a potent supply source, it also depleted them a lot, because they're having to carry on with this bravado, this act all the time. And it gets tiresome for the narcissist to keep it up. And the mask begins to crack, and then you see little parts of the true identity of the narcissist, little chinks in the mask, you know, start to present what the narcissist is really about. You know, and it's highly likely we confronted them with whatever we found out. You know, they don't like that. They don't like confrontation, you know. Especially if you didn't get too angry. You know, they like you when you get angry. If you just calm and you're like, yo, you said this, you done that, and you're putting them in their place. They're very scared. They're very, very scared, right? And, you know, when the narcissist first met you, they didn't respect you whatsoever. But the more they got involved in your life, the more they heard about the decencies of you, your morals and stuff, they had to keep it all hidden, what they're truly about. They couldn't reveal it. They're not an overt narcissist. Talking about coverts here, they're a covert narcissist. They pretend, they tiptoe around. They always talk about empaths having to walk on eggshells, and it's literally the narcissist, the covert narcissist that walk around on eggshells throughout the whole relationship. You know, they're pretending to be someone decent. They're pretending to be someone kind. They're pretending to understand what love is. They're pretending to understand what truth is. And it's, you know, for however long they keep up this act and this bravado, it's for however long it happens. And it's, look, okay, then when the mask slips, then you see the unearthing of the creature, right? And deep down, they know you've got morals and decency, so they try to make you snap. They try to... You see the full unmasking and the full beast is released, and they try to trigger you. They want to see you rage. They want to see you vexed. They want to see you angry. They want to see you like that. And it's because they've been contained that whole time. So it's like pressure's been building up and building up and building up and building up until that final unmasking of the narcissist. This person's been hiding for years, decades even sometimes. Right? They've been hiding every day, hiding, pretending. They're absolute pussies, right? That's what they are. And I know that they've caused a lot of hurt by the end of it, but it's only because you've had some snake literally living with you, if it was a romantic setting or very close friends, or, you know, you've had them around, or a family member, you've had this snake around for a long time, and they've been involved in your daily existence, or every other day, they've been involved in your living existence. And obviously, when you see the unmasking and you find out, oh, they cheated, or oh, they done this behind my back, or oh, they stole this from me, or whatever they done, yeah, it hurts your feelings, because you're a person of high morals. You expect the decency of this person. You expected this person to treat you well. So then you're left with all the repercussions of coming to terms with, you've literally seen a 360 with them, a total change around with the narcissist, right? And that's what it comes down to. But just remember that all of that rage you saw, all that devaluation, or that whole smear campaign, they was under pressure for a long time when they was with you. You know, they was trying to keep up that act. They couldn't maintain it. And you know why they couldn't maintain it? Because they don't deserve you. God didn't allow them to carry on. The universe didn't allow them to carry on. Right? That's what really happened. The pressure got immense for them. It got too much. Right? Pretending every single day of their lives to be this person they're not. And it's not from guilt or feeling wrong for doing it. That's not what the pressure's coming up. The pressure's building up because it's unnatural to them to function in that way. They're unhealthy individuals. They're very unhealthy, right? So them acting in this healthy way, you know, with decency and morals and conduct and fashioning themselves, it's unhealthy. That's unhealthy for them. They only can keep that up for so long before you see the chinks in the mask, and the mask, starts to break, and then bang, you see the unmasking. This is what happens. They've got an expiration date. All narcissists got an expiration date. Yes, they come into your life, the covert narcissists, and try to be cunning. They're trying to disrespect you from the start. Realistically, even with the love bomb coming on very strong and all of that, they're trying to exploit boundaries from the start. But if you have morals and you have decency about you, and you have values that you live by, regardless of what anyone else thinks, if they're your values, that's all that matters, and you live by these, then they to literally coincide, to literally carry on, continue with you. The only way for them to carry on and continue with you is to pretend that they're on the same page, is mirror you basically. And this mirroring causes them to eventually blow up, and the pressure gets too much from literally maintaining this lie, living this lie. And it goes on for decades. Some people decades, 20 years, whatever, 30 years. And you've just been with a snake the whole time. Someone feeding off you, draining your energy, causing drama behind your back, doing all these things, subtle things, poison your food. Like, I don't know, it's crazy stuff what these lot will do. So just realize that they, if you had some morals, decency about you, conduct, and they're out of your life now, they'll always think of you in a high regard, because whoever they're around now hasn't got those same morals, doesn't treat them the way that you used to treat them, doesn't value them as a person. Like now they're around trash just like they are. They could be getting treated like trash from trash. That's how bad it is. So, that's the only way you can make a narcissist respect you, I believe, by enforcing these boundaries and never letting it shake. Like, if you never let up, like you had these values and these morals that you expected from a person, and you didn't cave into their manipulations and stuff, you kept like, nah, this is wrong, that's wrong, you can't tell me that's not wrong. Like, you can't tell me black is white and white's black. Like, you didn't let them gaslight you to that extent. That kept them on their toes. So understand that the expiration date of the relationship was inevitable. It was going to happen. These people cannot contain it. They only can keep acting for so long. They only can keep the bravado up for so long. Eventually, God pulls the curtain on it. The universe pulls the curtain on it. Game over. Enough said is done. Divine intervention. And these people get exposed for what they are, because we're the actual ones. God exposes them. The universe exposes them. But that's what, when we see the unmasking, that's the exposing. We see them for what they truly are, and sometimes even other eyes don't get to bear witness to what we actually saw. Sometimes we do. Sometimes we're able to take that exposure and actually spread the message out that this person is like that. Some people actually succeed in doing that. Others don't. Sometimes it's only us that sees the unmasking. People won't believe you. People don't understand. You know what you've seen. You've witnessed evil of a different kind. And just understand that wherever they are now, they hold you in high regard. If you had morals, decency, a belief system, you lived by rules, you lived, you don't need to be hurt that this person pretended and lied to you. You don't need to be hurt about that. You don't need to be hurt that this person deceived you and misled you to believe that they were on the same page. There's nothing wrong that you've done. They done everything wrong. They're the snake. They're the one who's building up bad karma. They're the one who's done the wrong deed. They're the one who's lied to you. They're the one who's deceived you. They're the one who's manipulated. You know, all you was doing is living by your code, living by your rules, and you thought this person lived by the same rules that applied, and they didn't. They lived by a whole set of other rules, realistically. You know, they just had to keep up the act for so long, and doing everything undercover, doing everything behind your back, doing everything sneakily, because they're scared, because they're cowards. That's why. And this is how the coverts operate. And in all honesty, they don't want anyone even to find out the true people that they are. That's why at the ending of the relationship, they often blame you. So don't start doubting yourself now and be thinking, oh, it's me. They blame you. Oh, you done this. You're the abuser. You done this, you done that. They blame you at the end of it. They make you out to be the perpetrator. They make you out to be the bad guy, the bad woman. They make you out to be a bad person. You know, and that's just further gaslighting. So don't let that store in your brain and make you think that you're actually the person that was wrong, because you wasn't. So anyway, thank you for watching today. Please press the like and the subscribe button. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can find a link in the description box. If you'd like a one-to-one session with myself, you can also find a link in the description box. Currently, I've got the secondary channel, the spiritual channel. Another video soon. Peace.